Hello friends and felines, and welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're venturing onto my channel for the first time today. I have been waiting so long for this extremely well packaged makeup to come in. I mean, this stuff is taped all over, so it's gonna be fun to try to get in there, but I came prepared with scissors this time. Normally I don't, and trying to open packaging with nails is something I have not yet learned to do. So for today's video, if you're someone who loves crime scene investigation, you love forensic science, but you also like makeup, and you're wondering how those two things go together, then you might want to stay tuned for today's video. So before I bust into this package and answer your guys' curiosity on today's video, I wanted to do a little message for something that means a lot to me. So September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, if you guys didn't know that. And by the time this video goes up, it will probably be over halfway through the month already. But my younger brother is a cancer survivor. When he was really young, he was diagnosed with Wilms tumor, which is a kidney cancer. And thankfully, he beat cancer and he has been cancer-free for a while now. But my family being impacted by this disease, as well as many friends, I have a friend that was in my grade who has beat cancer twice. And sadly, I have another friend in my grade who did not beat cancer and was taken by the horrible disease. So childhood cancer means a lot to me and to my family. And I bet many of you out there know someone that has been close to you that has had to fight this horrible fight against cancer. So what I'm doing is Alex's Lemonade Stand has a fundraiser where they are trying to walk, run, or bike 1,000,000 miles in the month of September. So I have a little team set up. I will have a link down below where you guys can go join my team or you can donate to the cause. And then if you guys join my team, sorry, my cat is trying to mess with my makeup drawers. So you guys click on that link and join my team. You can sync your miles through Strava or Map My Run, which are a couple of running apps. Or if you have a Fitbit, you can sync your miles through that or just input them manually. So if you have something that keeps track of your steps every day, it's amazing how many miles you have put in already. And we're about halfway through the month, and I think I've done about 50 miles. So I want to see if I can get to 100 miles. So far, I've only raised $80, but even if 10 people donated $10, that would mean the world to me and to all those families out there that are still battling cancer. The treatments we currently have are meant for adults, and they are very harsh on a child's immune system. So we're trying to find a cure, we're trying to find better treatments that aren't gonna harshly impact these children as they are battling through this horrible disease. So that's why I'm wearing this shirt. It might not read gold on the camera, but it is from Ivory Ella, and they donate some of their proceeds if you purchase a shirt. I think they might have a collection again, so I will also link Ivory Ella down below and some other places where you guys can donate. So for this whole month, my bio is going to be a bunch of places you can donate for childhood cancer research. So hopefully you guys can see the back of this. It is gold because that is the color ribbon for childhood cancer. And it is a super cute shirt. So thank you guys for just letting me share this message with you. If you join my team or if you donate, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, so now let's cut into this package and talk about today's video. I thought scissors, you know, ow, just punched my desk. I thought scissors would make it easier to get in here, but like, you know, if you ever try to pull a prank on someone for Christmas and you wrap their gift in like duct tape, that's kind of the theme that's going on right now. But I mean, it's just like packing tape, but like, Jesus. I mean, I know I ordered a lot of makeup from this brand, but can you help a girl out, please? I am victorious. Okay, so I finally got my bubble wrapped makeup out here. So today's video is going to be featuring Makeup a Murder makeup. So this is a brand that like I said, combines the theme of forensic and investigative science into makeup. So if you don't know really who I am and what my story is, I went to West Virginia University and got my bachelor's in forensic and investigative science. So you could say that I'm pretty stoked about this brand. I know a little bit about forensic science, still trying to get a career in crime scene investigation or something because I want to be out in the field and not in the lab per se. But I mean, at this point, I'll take any job that comes my way. All right, so right off the bat, this is like a super cute pack. I mean, not the boxes, that was atrocious packaging, but each of the bubble wrapped pieces of makeup that I have is sealed with like evidence tape. And it says, do not tamper, sealed evidence to be opened by authorized personnel only. So this is something we do when we seal evidence. We have evidence tape. It is a hassle to put on, especially because you're wearing gloves and it sticks and it rips and it's just horrible. And normally when we seal evidence, we have the tape and then we sign across, you know, kind of where you could tell if the seal's been broken. You sign with like your initials and the date. So like that's already super cute. So when I figured out about this brand, it is an indie brand and I pretty much bought almost everything that was in stock on their website. There's still some stuff that wasn't in stock yet that I eventually will have to purchase and try out. But the brand is really known for their loose powders. And that's not something I'm really into. I might pick up some when they are restocked. But like I said, every time they restock, they're sold out in like seconds. So let's just crack open all of this makeup and start playing around with it. All right, I've got everything out in front of me and we're gonna start with the smaller stuff first. So the first thing is the Crime Scene Cleaning Evidence Cosmetic Sponge Duo. But I'll put the prices up down here below. So these are just sponges, just generic sponges. We got a small one and a big one. Ooh, they're really soft. Like they're a lot better than like the Real Technique ones. So we'll have to play around with these when we do our makeup and see how they apply. But I like that I got another small one because I like using this underneath the eyes for concealer. And they're like a blood red and they say Makeup a Murder. All right, so the next thing I just had to get, even if I might not use it all that often, but this is Crime Scene Cosmetic Eyeshadow Tape. Like, come on. Can you just not tell me how awesome that is? So like cosmetic tape is like if you want a nice sharp line when you're doing your eyeshadow, you could put like a piece of tape there. And normally I just use Scotch tape, which isn't the best for you. And it's literally, it says crime scene. It's crime scene tape. Like, how cute. All right, so then I did pick up one loose pigment and it's a gold shade and it's called Radioactive Waste. So it is just a loose gold pigment. And since gold is the color of childhood cancer awareness, I thought maybe I'll use this one today. So again, it's in a super cute like little vial. It's like a 5ml vial and they have a bunch of other ones, but I just picked up one. And the best way to apply those or like glitter would be some sort of like glitter glue. And I actually don't own any, but they have this super glue fuming eyelash and glitter adhesive. Like, are you kidding me? This is so cute. I'm not gonna go too much into the science because I could probably talk about it forever, but super glue fuming or cyanoacrylate fuming is a chemical process that you can use to make latent fingerprints or fingerprints that are invisible to the eye and make them visible. So you have this like big chamber that you put something in. Like if I, you know, touch these scissors, I'm gonna leave a fingerprint on them and that would be like a great way to process them. You put your item in there and you put your glue in and it does this whole chemical thing and then your fingerprint will be visible. It'll have like a white cast to it and then you can take photos of that and then you can process it further if you wanna use other techniques. But I thought that was like such a clever name. Like this whole brand is so clever. The aesthetic is just amazing. And I'm like, I wish I had thought of this because I would be like rolling in the money right now because this is the perfect idea ever. All right, so next we have the Forensic Eyeliner Pen. And it's just a generic eyeliner pen. This one isn't anything too special, but once we start getting into it, I'll show you guys more of the actual Once I start opening up and doing the makeup, I will show you guys more of the actual components. So then I also got 3 eyeshadow palettes. The first one is the Partner in Crime palette. And I think this is like super cute and it's like kind of like Halloween-y. And then I got 2 Crime Scene Trace Evidence palettes. We have the first one, which is Volume 1 Paint Chips, which I didn't even realize like that was the name of it. And then the second one is called Hair Follicles. All right, so we're gonna open up some of this makeup and start diving in. All right, so here is the first palette. This is the Partner in Crime palette. And this is what she looks like. This is perfect for fall. We've got those purples, we've got those burgundy shades. Like, this is so cute. All right, and the second palette was the Volume 1 Paint Chips Trace Evidence palette. And this one is a bright, neon, fun, colorful type of eyeshadow look. And these pan sizes are huge. Oh, and the theme on the names is kind of like Clue. So it has like names of the rooms in a house, like den, bedroom, dining, master, garage, kitchen, basement, bath, and minivan. And there's also a fun fact on the back of the palette. As a type of trace evidence, paint chips can be a powerful tool in forensic science. This type of trace evidence can be utilized to definitively link a suspect to a crime scene. Other types of trace evidence include glass fragments, hair, skin cells, fibers, and dirt. Until the trace evidence can be forensically examined, it is carefully preserved so it remains unaltered while it's transferred to the crime scene to the laboratory. So y'all didn't think you were getting some education today, but you are. I actually did some research in glass fragments, and it's really interesting. And I remember like we were doing a lecture on paint and like trace evidence, and there was like a paint chip from a house that had like 50 layers of paint on it, and you can visibly see in a microscope all the layers of the paint because the house had so many owners and it was constantly painted over. So stuff like that is very unique, and you can definitely trace someone to a crime scene if you find like that same type of trace evidence on that person and in the crime scene, and we like to call that Locard's principle. All right, and the second one is the Hair Follicles palette. And this one is definitely much more of a neutral, everyday, wearable type palette. And the shade names in here are just kind of like shades of hair names. So golden brown, blonde, leather black, auburn, copper, strawberry blonde, brunette, platinum, and chestnut. And the fun fact on this one is the same as the other one, which is kind of boring. So another class that we took in college was a microscopy class. It was very interesting, but it was one of the hardest classes that we took, and any of my fellow students that went to West Virginia with me can definitely attest that that class was horrible. But it is kind of unique because we would look at all these different types of trace evidence and hair and stuff, and like my hair is dyed, so if I were to look underneath the microscope, I could see that like it has a auburn red color on the outside, but I could see the true color on the inside. And there's just so many different things that you can do underneath the microscope. Like just the amount of information you can get from a strand of hair is incredible. And there's definitely a lot more research that can be done on it. All right, so I went ahead and primed my eyes with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I applied this tape. I don't really like using tape because it just makes my eyes feel weird. But I'm thinking, since I want to use this gold loose pigment, I'm thinking I want to keep it kind of like a smoky look, brown, grays or something, just nice and smoky with some gold. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be using this neon palette, but I'm going to go ahead and swatch the shades for you really quick just to show you guys and let you know how it feels and how it looks. All right, so here are all the shades swatched. Starting with the orange, we have Den, the pink is Bedroom, purple is Dining, the blue is Master, the green is Garage, the yellow is Kitchen, the black is Basement, the white is Bath, and the red is Minivan. So there's definitely a couple of different formulas in this palette. Like I think the pink and the green feel a little bit more drier. The pink was definitely not as neon as I thought it was going to be and definitely requires more buildup. The black is decent. The white was actually shocking at how white it is. And then the yellow is a little bit chalky. So there's definitely a few different formulas in here. The purple and the blue look like they have a little bit of a sheen or a little bit of glitter in them. But overall, not a bad palette. All right, so looking at the other two palettes, the Hair Follicles one only actually has 2 mattes in it. And then the Partner in Crime, again, I think only has 2 mattes. So it's gonna make things a little tricky. So I think to start off with, I'm gonna go in with Brunette right here, and I'm gonna put this into my crease, and hopefully it's not too dark of a brown. So I get to try my new bling brushes. I'm gonna take a fluffy one. This is the E3 brush from the Rose Gold collection. It's a nice fluffy brush. They are so cute. They were pricey, but thankfully they offer Afterpay, and there are definitely a bunch of influencers that have like a 10% coupon. So we're gonna test these out today. Just gonna go in with that brunette shade. Definitely is gonna be some fallout, so let's see how this goes. Like I said, we're gonna put this into the crease. And we're gonna start off lightly because I don't know how pigmented this is. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this brand. I saw Allie Dawson talk about it, and that's how I knew, because she got it like in a mystery box from one of her subscribers. But apparently Michaela Makeup or whatever, the one that's on TikTok, I don't really watch TikTok, I'm not really on it. She's the one that talks about this brand a lot. So if you know her, I guess you probably would know this brand, but this was the first time I had heard of it, and I was kind of shocked that I hadn't heard of it before. So far, so good. It's a nice soft brown. It's not too dark, and it blends on really smoothly and effortlessly, and it's not patchy at all. So now I'm gonna take the E1 brush. It is an angled brush, and I'm gonna go into Chestnut right here, which is a little bit more of a deeper reddy type brown. And this is gonna go into the outer corner. Let's see how this one looks. Hopefully this is gonna be a little bit dark enough to like deepen up this outer corner, because like I said, there aren't that many mattes. So the shade is definitely like a warmer shade, but it's not adding too much depth, you know? I mean, it is like a little, but it's definitely like warm. But they are blended together very, very nicely. I'm impressed. All right, so now I'm gonna take the E4, which is a flat brush. I'm gonna very lightly go in with Leather Black. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but I just really need to deepen this outer corner. So I'm gonna go in very lightly. So that definitely deepened it up. That black, not the best. So I kind of put it on in my outer corner, and it was a little patchy. Then I went back over with that chestnut brown, and so then it kind of like covered it up, but it kept that depth and dimension there. So now we're gonna go in and attempt to do this loose pigment. Like I said, I've never ever used a loose pigment, so this is gonna be very interesting. All right, so first up, I'm gonna put down the Super Glue Fuming Eyelash and Glitter Adhesive. And again, I've never used anything like this before. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put the gold on like the inner portion of my eye, so that's where I'm gonna put this. So I'm kind of following the natural curve of my lid, because that's where I'm gonna want the glitter loose pigment stuff to go. And hopefully this stuff works, because it seems like it's kind of like watery. So it's definitely getting tacky. Like I said, I've never used anything like this. It doesn't come with ingredients either. It's supposed to dry clear. So sure. All right, I'm gonna take another small flat brush. This is the E7. And hopefully not spill this loose pigment all over the place. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take whatever little residue is on the inside of the cap. Well, my eye feels weird. I think it's like gluing to itself. I need to keep my eyes closed. Oh, this is some super glue. It's gluing my eyelid shut or open. It's super, super sticky. Holy crap. I don't know if I like this. It is too sticky. Oh my god. So this gold actually has like yellow and green like reflect in it, like radioactive rays all over my face. So warning, make sure that you do your eyes first if you're using loose pigment, because this shit's gonna get messy. That is like so pretty though, but it's definitely like has more of a duochrome or trichrome effect. So I really don't know if this was the shade to go in or do brown eyeshadow. That is stunning though. Oh my god. It's stuck to the glue though, so I guess that's a positive. There's like a weird spot where it's not sticking to, where I might have not put enough glue, so maybe I need to put a little bit more glue. So I didn't realize how duochrome, trichrome this shade was going to be. It is, I mean, it comes off super green. I don't know if you guys can see it on there. It is super pretty, but I don't think it really would go with the brown that I used. So I think in the future, like I probably would do more of a fun, eclectic neon look. And I would probably go in with like greens and yellows and then put this on the lid. But we're just gonna leave it. So I'm gonna clean up this eye. I'm gonna do the other eye and I'll come back to try out the eyeliner. All right, so I'm back and I cleaned up the best of my ability. And this is where we're at right now. I just put the browns on my lower lash line, the same ones I used above. And I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Blonde right up here for the inner corner. I swatched that one in Platinum on my hand. I don't know if you guys can see. Platinum is gorgeous. It's like a white shimmer, but there's like a pink, blue, purplish like shift to it. So it's stunning, but I definitely don't think it would go with this look. I mean, this look doesn't really go together, but I put glue on my eyes, so it's gonna stay. All right, so we're gonna go in with this Blonde shade. We're gonna put that on the inner corner just to brighten it up. And then a little bit down there. And some up in the brow bone. I just looked back onto my phone at my video and it's definitely picking up the shadow, but it looks really bad with the brown. But I'm just gonna move forward, I don't care. The products themselves are awesome. I just didn't realize it was gonna be that green. But can I also just say how sad I am? I literally just finished up my Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer. And I'm not purchasing that again because it's expensive. All right, so I primed my face. We're gonna go ahead and try these sponges out. So I'm gonna start off with some concealer first, just to clean up these lines and see how the sponge works. So I wet these sponges and it definitely grew, and it's very soft and very boingy. So let's see. It's not absorbing a lot. Like it's very like porous, but I really don't think it's absorbing too much of the product. Also, I put way too much concealer, and I don't remember the last time I've put concealer on underneath foundation. I'm probably going to go back over with more concealer after doing foundation. But I just wanted to get a nice clean line, because I normally don't do my eyeshadow before, because I feel like I never can clean it up and have it look decent, like underneath my eyes or like in my inner corner. So I'm also breaking out like crazy, and I don't know what's going on, so like that's not cool. So this didn't happen with the small one, but the large one got very, very, very lumpy when I wet it. So we're gonna attempt to try this one out when I go in with my foundation. For foundation today, I'm going in with the Anastasia Luminous Foundation. I bought this through Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty because it was half off, and it's something I've actually been wanting to try. So I got it in the shade 230N. So hopefully, according to the shade matching online, this will work. And oh, I didn't know it was a pump. I thought it was gonna be like something you have to dump. Oh, I have stuff in my hand. I am a hot mess, just like the top of my makeup desk right now. But other than getting it all over my face, when I was putting on the loose pigment on this eye, I did a much better job of controlling it and not getting it everywhere. And honestly, I didn't get that much on my desk. So props to me for first time using the loose pigment. All right, starting off with one pump of this. Hopefully This is a good skin color. It looks a little dark. Hopefully it'll oxidize. I mean, it's not too dark. I've definitely had worse, but it definitely looks like it'd be more of my summer shade. And of course, summer is coming to an end, sadly. Let me just finish doing my base and I'll come back so we can try out the eyeliner. All right, so 5 years later, I'm pretty much finished with most of the makeup. Now we're gonna go in with this eyeliner. It's just a standard black felt tip liner. So we're gonna see how this works. I also went in with the Jeffree Star Supreme Frost and Money Honey, and it's like the exact same kind of duochrome as the eyeshadow. So I went in with that. Decided we're gonna be radioactive waste. We're gonna go all the way. All right, let's see how this works. Wow, this is actually going on really, really smoothly. I'm impressed. Okay, wow, the fact that it went over that glitter like pretty seamlessly is impressive. Let's see if it dries down matte. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Pretty much gonna finish the rest of this makeup look because that's everything that I have from this brand so far. And I'm gonna come back with my final thoughts. All right, guys, I am back and my face is done. So, what are my thoughts on Makeup a Murder? Am I in love with this look? No, definitely not, but that is totally my own doing. When I got this, I don't remember seeing that it was like a duochrome green yellow type of gold. It is beautiful. It is so pigmented and it's picking up on camera like amazingly. I just would have done a different eye look in different colors to go along with this. Other than that, I think it was super easy to apply. I've never tried a glitter glue or a loose pigment, so it's definitely new to me. When this says super glue fuming, like this is a super glue. Like, I don't know how hard this is gonna be later to take it off, but we shall see. I also use this to put on my lashes and they dried so fast. Normally when you have like a lash glue, you have some time to work with it. So on this side, I had glued it a little too far up and in. It's not as far out to my outer corner as I would like it. So that's something to keep in mind, but I think it's really gonna hold. I just hope I don't like rip off my skin or my lashes in the process of taking this off later today. The eyeliner. I think this eyeliner is one of my favorite felt tip black eyeliners ever. It was so easy to go on. These are probably one of the best wings I have done in a while. It went over the glitter and the glue combined like that. Like that was astonishing. These sponges, I don't know. The small one I like. The bigger one, it's a little lumpy and it kind of reminds me of the Wet n Wild sponge, but a little bit softer. It did its job, but I don't know if they're my favorite. The Crime Scene eye tape, super cute. It left a clean line. I don't use it often, but I mean, it's literally crime scene tape. Like how can you not? As far as the eyeshadow palettes, unfortunately, I didn't get to play with the Partner in Crime one, but I definitely will be in the future because again, it's like a perfect fall Halloween palette. So I'm gonna be using that in the future. The hair follicles palette, the neutral one, my overall with all of the eyeshadows is there's not a lot of mattes. Like the matte to shimmer ratio is not great. I mean, I love a good shimmer, but I do need some mattes to be able to work with a palette. I mean, these two browns, amazing. They blended seamlessly. The black was a little iffy. This blonde shade was gorgeous. Platinum is going to be a fun shade to play with because it has that pink purple duo chrome look effect. And then I didn't get to play with the other ones, but if they're the same formula, I think I'm gonna like them. Now the Paint Chips palette, I mean, it's a good rainbow palette. It's definitely not gonna come out as neon as you would think on your eyes, but maybe if you use like a white eyeshadow primer, you're definitely gonna get like the best payout out of this. The biggest shock for me in this palette was the white, like how white it was. But again, I didn't really get to play with it on the eyes. So yeah, that is everything that I bought from Makeup a Murder. There's definitely a lot more I want to get. They have lashes that come in like evidence marker boxes. They have like a bunch of loose pigments, a bunch. They have neon ones, they have pastel ones, they have a bunch of other fun type of duochrome metallic ones. I'm not sure what else they have, but I will definitely link their website down below so you guys can go check them out. I know a couple of my friends from West Virginia like makeup and are from forensic science majors, so they would definitely like this makeup brand. It is an indie brand, so it's a smaller business, so it's always nice to support smaller businesses and indie brands. And it did take a while for it to ship, but I mean, just gotta take that into account. Well, that's everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is probably like my favorite makeup collection ever. Just in the theme. I don't know if it's my favorite products ever, but I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup review. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. I love you guys, and if you subscribe to my channel, I welcome you in my feline family. Bye! Pumbaa, can you chill for like 2 seconds? Thanks.